the Citybird SUV.
The early pace setters lock horns at Eden Gardens. KKR and Rajasthan Royals have lost just once apiece. What can we expect from match number 31? On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout. We're joined by Mitch McClenaghan, Ian Bishop and Wasim Jafar to set that game up. Gentlemen, did we expect that a month or so into the league starting, these would be the two teams occupying the top of the table? Mitch?
Yeah, definitely not in the KKR side of things. I think a lot of people you spoke to pre-tournament thought KKR would be closer to the bottom, but there's been a resurgence because of the form of Sunil Narayan, and also Andre Russell looks in the best shape I've seen him for many years, and they've kind of led them into that position. Rajasthan Royals, the squad that they've assembled, you'd have to say they were probably looking at top two, top three. So I'm not surprised to see them there, but this matchup has got me really excited. I think KKR are in terrific form. They look very, very good, and I'm really excited about seeing their batting lineup coming up against a really good bowling lineup from Rajasthan.
What have you made of the start for these two sides, Bish? What's working?
Yeah, I like the way Rajasthan, we were talking to Kumar Sangakkara about it after one game. They have a lot of guys who've been around for a while, and they seem to have reached a level of maturity at this sort of stage. And to see Hetmeyer slotting in, Rian Parag now has been around for a long time. So it's really wonderful to see all components of their game coming together. KKR are playing a brand of cricket that I like with T20 cricket, aggressive, bold, and getting Sunil Narayan back to form. So I'm looking forward to this contest for all of those reasons.
What would you list down as the two biggest positives for both these sides so far?
I think for RR, Rian Parag has to be one, without a doubt. The other one, could be Nandre Berger. Sanju Samson's maturity, I think he's a changed man a little bit, the way he has taken the responsibility. So I would say that KKR, I mean, I'm sure these two teams are in the most people's top four. RR is always there and thereabouts, the way they have assembled their side. KKR also, with Gambhir coming in there, you can see there's not too many changes like last season. And the way they have performed, Andre Russell and Sunil Narayan, and the bowlers they have got. Mitchell Starc has actually strengthened their side. So I think, those are the probably in most people's top four, without a doubt. And I'm not surprised the way they have performed.
This is also the second of a run of 5 straight games that KKR play at home. And what's interesting when you look at those fixtures, Mitch, is that after this one against Rajasthan Royals, they have RCB, Punjab and Delhi, who are struggling to start their season.
Yep, this is probably the big one, right? You want to make sure you get out of this one with a victory, really stamp your mark on the top of the table, and then you've got a little bit of a luxury going into those games for some teams that are really going to be fighting for some form and probably going through a period of change as well, trying to find their right combinations. So you'd expect if you can get this one, they'll be in a good position. What you don't want to be is in a position where you lose this one and you start scrambling yourself against desperate teams, because we know this time of year when those desperate teams, one of them will catch fire and you'll come up against a quality performance.
Their previous outing against Lucknow saw an exceptional bowling effort to keep LSG down to just about 160. That was a day game though. What do you expect from their bowling mix and combination in an evening game?
Look, I think having seen Vaibhav, and you're talking KKR, right?
Yes.
Aurora bowl at night, skidding the ball onto batters, using the short ball, getting the ball to swing in. Harshit himself has been very good, whether it's at the back end or the front end in night games. So I don't expect anything different from the good form that they have shown. Russell will do what Russell does. And of course, Sunil is your banker, and Varun Chakravarti. So I just think they'll cope well, whether it's a day game or a night game. Whether the pitch offers them more or less is the only thing, but they'll come out and do their job.
For Rajasthan, they've been without some of their key bowlers for the last few games. Nandre Berger's missed a few, Sandeep Sharma's missed a few, but Avesh Khan has been a constant force. What have we made of how he started his campaign so far, Wasim?
I think he's bowled well. You can see a a different Avesh Khan this season. I think the trade has helped him. And the way he's bowled this season, the way he's taken the responsibility of bowling in the death, he's won them a couple of really crucial games, and his execution is a little bit better. And I think if he keeps on bowling like this, he'll probably in that short list of fast bowlers, which the Indian selectors will be thinking who's after Bumrah. So he's put his name in the hat for sure.
Yeah, the next few games gain a lot of prominence for all the players knocking on India doors, because it is by the end of April that squad has to be announced. Avesh presenting enough of a case for himself?
Yeah, I've always liked Avesh. I think we go back a couple of years when he had an outstanding season, bowling a lot of Yorkers. He started the season well. There was a time when he was, one of the games he's bowling, him and Sandeep finished off a game bowling some wide Yorkers and wide slower balls and stuff. And then he sort of had a couple of bad games where he didn't seem to know whether I should go Yorker, whether I should go wide. But then he's come back to form. He can bowl up front for you, he can bowl in the middle, be an enforcer, and at the back end. So once he sort of crystallizes in his mind what his best mode of operation is, particularly at the back end, I see no reason why he shouldn't be an impactful force in consideration.
Mitch?
No, I have to agree with that. You touched on those couple of games where he looked a little bit indecisive and didn't get the return that you would like. The positive thing is that I think he went for 40, mid-40s in both of those games. The positive thing for him, and as a bowler, it's a confidence game as well, and he bounced back beautifully against Punjab. So we saw him execute the skills that he was a little bit indecisive in those previous games and got 2 for 34 in that game, which is significant. And you need that from your bowlers. We talk about Mitchell Starc as well. Like, he's had that confidence boosting 3 for 28. It's such an important factor of the game, getting those performances.
Right, let's get predictions. Who are we backing?
I'll probably go with KKR.
RR.
Yeah, I'm going to go with RR as well.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. So 2-1 in favour of Rajasthan from the panel. If KKR are to win, they will displace Rajasthan at the top of the points table. Be sure to join the build-up just before toss time on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout.
All new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.